sitting next to us, our legal segment. I like to call it Legal Ease. Jehan Gibson is here. Great Lakes Legal Group is where she is from. And first of all, we heard this news about Tyrese. Now, Tyrese Gibson stayed, we're going to jump into this one first, get it out of the way. Tyrese Gibson stayed at an Airbnb. He's being sued by the property owner because they say he made extensive alterations to the property, including painting a marble fireplace in a shiny gold metallic color and closing off the doors and windows. Tyrese says, now this is video from Tyrese. He says the whole thing's a lie. He produced this video to show the gap. You see that gap right there? He says he just put something in that gap so the wind could not get through. To my legal mind, I say, I think you can't change nothing, but what is legally, do they have a case against Tyrese?
So I haven't seen the document, right? This is a short-term rental, but I imagine there's some sort of agreement that was signed. Typically, when owners lease out their property, whether it's short-term or long-term, there's something in there that says, you can't make alterations to my property without my prior consent. So if that's in there, likely, yes. You shouldn't be making alterations. If he wanted to caulk the door or put whatever, obviously that's not my ministry, then he should have called her. Hey, there's air coming in here. You need to fix this. That would have been the better course of action. Follow
up, and then we can drop this. Does it help him to put this video on social media?
No.
Legally, who does it help?
No, I think he thinks it does, but all it does is show that you actually did make alterations to the property that you may not consider major, but, you know.
It's not up to you.
It's not up to you.
All right, let's shift gears and talk about some issues with estate when it comes to real estates and deeds. And that has to do with who's living, who's on the will, and who gets the property after someone passes. It's confusing to me, and we were just talking about this in the break. Explain this, what could be an issue.
Sure. I think what we see often is when people start adding folks to deeds, right? So the idea is, you want to avoid probate court. So grandma wants to add her child or someone on it so that when she passes away, nobody has to go to probate, which theoretically is the right thing.
Sounds great.
The first issue with that, though, is if the relative files for bankruptcy, gets in an accident and is underinsured, or, you know, gets divorced, the house is accountable asset.
So you're talking about the person that you put on the deed. If that happens with them, the house is an asset that you currently own?
Yes, because you take on their problems when you give them ownership. And if you want to sell your house, if you want to get a home equity line off, you then have to get that person's permission. They are joint owners.
So wait a minute. I'm living with my mom. I split with my girl, and she sues me. The house is now part of the suit.
Well, it depends on what happens in the divorce, right? How the assets are split up. But in general, possibly, your problems become the other owner's problems because it's all connected to the same property now.
What should someone do?
So you should either set up a trust, transfer the property to the trust. That can avoid probate court. Also in Michigan, we have what we call Lady Bird deeds. And that's a cute little colloquial term because it is actually named after Lady Bird Johnson. But it's an enhanced life estate deed. And basically what you do is you retain the authority to be able to lease, sell, mortgage, give away your property if you want while you're still here. But when you pass away, it will automatically pass to the people that you list on the deed without going to probate.
Without going to probate.
So that's also an option to avoid the whole joint ownership thing.
Sometimes this legal terms are just...
It's a lot.
It is a lot, but you navigate it so very well.
I try.
And I'd like to say, you're very stylish.
Thank you.
Very stylish.
I try to clean up when I come in here.
Every week you come in, you're very stylish.
Thank you.
Jehan Gibson, everyone. Jehan. For legal advice, Great Lakes Legal Group is where you'll find her. GLLegalgroup.com. Jehan, appreciate you every time.
Thank you.
We'll be right back.